Last week here on Thunder, it came down to Saigon Shaker and the Goldberg machine in the finals. As they approached no man's land and cleared the cars, it was all Saigon Shaker, and Greg Durbin took home his second Thursday Night Thunder Championship. Will he be able to hold on to it tonight? We're going to find out in just a few minutes. Week 2 of the August season starts now, and I can assure you all 16 monster trucks are tired up and ready to go. The drivers are dialed in, and the crews are ready in case anything may happen, but they are all shooting for Greg Durbin and the Saigon Shaker to try and take away the checkered flag. He currently leads in the overall points and is the current checkered flag holder after defeating Goldberg last week. But he has got 15 other monster trucks chasing him right here tonight in Week 2 of the August season. We're going to go ahead and jump over to round 1 action, taking a look at who's coming up first. Black Stallion returns, taking on Son Uva Digger, followed by Prowler, taking on Bigfoot. After that, we've got Goldberg taking on that crazy bull, El Toro Loco. And up first, we've got Black Stallion taking on Son Uva Digger. But first, we're going to take you back to last week. The Son Uva Digger machine took a hard rollover in racing. The crew guys have been thrashing on that truck, trying to get it back to 100%. He is back here tonight and lining up at the starting line against the Black Stallion Ford. And there's Blake Willis out of Hagerstown, Maryland. He's representing the Black Stallion team. And there's Donald Price Jr. returning in Son Uva Digger, a little beat up and a little battered. He's looking to claim victory number 3 tonight as he tries to knock off Black Stallion. Both trucks stage now as we go green. Down the straight stretch, they're looking even, up and over the cars, and Som Uva Digger will take the win over the Black Stallion Ford. And it looks like the crew guys have got the nuts and bolts tightened on Son Uva Digger. He's going to be a player here tonight. Up next in round 1 matchups, Mitch Brown returns out of Pacific, Missouri, and Bigfoot. But over in the far lane is the Crazy Cat Prowler. That's Jason Wook behind the wheel. He's looking to knock off Bigfoot here in round 1 action. Prowler's been known to knock off a lot of top contenders here on Thunder, but does he have enough to knock off Bigfoot as we go green? Down the straight stretch now, they're even. Bigfoot pulling ahead, and Prowler with a wheel stand, and Bigfoot will take the win over the Crazy Cat, the Prowler machine over in the far lane. We're going to go down to an MTA replay and try to figure out what happened. Coming out of no man's lane, he dive bombs it, hits that second set of cars. What a wheel stand! A crazy ride for the Crazy Cat. Bigfoot moves on, however. Next up in round 1, Matthew Riley returns in the El Toro Loco machine, one-time Thursday Night Thunder champion and last year's 2020 Summer Heat Shootout champion. But over in the far lane is returning Bradley Graham, the 5-time Thunder champion himself, in Goldberg. Both trucks staged at the line. Who's moving on to round 2? Goldberg, El Toro Loco, as we go green. Down the straight stretch now, Goldberg jumps him off the line. Toro coming back on him, and what a close race across the finish line. And I do believe El Toro Loco picks up the win over Goldberg. And up next here in round 1 matchups, we got James Valancourt returning in that Liquidator machine. And there you see the multiple championships he has taken home. 3-time Thunder champion, Full Throttle champion, and the Redemption champion. He gets set to take on the Revenge champion from earlier this year. That's Johnny Redlaw in the brand new Advanced Auto Parts Grinder. Ford versus Ford as we get set to go green. Who moves on to round 2 action? As they go down the straight stretch, they're even. Grinder pulling the lead, but Liquidator coming back on him in the big end. That was such a close race. I don't know who got the win. We're going to have to go down to a photo finish. And the winner will be James Valancourt in the Liquidator. He moves on to round 2 action. Grinder's on the trailer. And up next in round 1, Lee Bailey returns in the Barefoot Dodge out of Pontoon Beach, Illinois. The one-time Thunder champion turned the truck over last week. He's looking to redeem himself right here tonight. And over in the far lane out of Maximum Motorsports is Justin Lamb in that brand new Dragon Ice machine. Both trucks staged at the line as we go green. Dragon jumps him on the line, Barefoot now trying to play catch-up, gets out of shape, turns the truck over, and Justin Lamb in the Dragon Ice machine will pick up the win. We're trying to figure out what happened to Barefoot. Down now to an MTA replay. You see him hit the first jump, and right there he gets kicked off, planting that Dodge heavy horsepower. What a violent roll by Lee Bailey in the Barefoot. However, Justin Lamb does pick up the win in the Dragon Ice machine. As we go down now to the MTA track crew and officials, they're down there making sure he is A-OK, but I can assure you that truck is going to need a lot of repair. And up next in round 1 action, Aaron Church returns out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina in the Grave Digger. But over in the far lane out of the Johnson Motorsports race team, that's Jeffrey Skipper in the West Virginia Mountaineer, a one-time Thunder Champion and the Wild Card Champion. He's looking to knock off Gravedigger here in round one as we get set to go green. Both trucks even off the line down the straight stretch, slightly the Mountaineer. Gravedigger trying to come back, and I don't know who got the win. They came so close together coming across that finish line. I'm not sure who got the win. We're going down now to an MTA replay. You see him come over the first set of jumps here through no man's lane. The lead is the Mountaineer. You see Gravedigger plant the Chevrolet horsepower, and it's going to be Aaron Church and the Gravedigger taking the win. Well, up next here in round one action, we've got Braden Varga returning in the Donkey Kong machine. He's always been a tough competitor out here on the Thunder circuit. But over in that far lane, it's your boy Shaggy. Matt Cheever returning in Gravedigger the Legend. He turned the truck over last week. He's looking to keep it on all four tires right here tonight. Both trucks stays at the line. Who's going on to round two as we go green? Down the straight stretch now. Donkey pulling the lead on him, up and over the cars. Problems for Donkey Kong. And Gravedigger the Legend will pick up the win. We're going to go down now and see what happened to the Donkey Kong machine. As you see, they come off that first jump, approaching no man's land. He had the lead out on the Legend, hits on two wheels into the second set of cars, and that was just enough for the Legend to pass him by. Legend now moving on, and as we close out round one action, Greg Durbin returns in the Saigon Shaker. Now a three-time Thursday Night Thunder Champion. He's looking to hold on to that checkered flag. But over on the near lane, out of the Diggers Diecast race team, that's Richard Nelson II in the Megalodon. He's knocked off the champion before. Can he do it again right here tonight as we go green down the straight stretch? Saigon got him off the line, but Megalodon gets into him. And I do believe it's going to be Richard Nelson II in Megalodon. He knocks off the Saigon Shaker here to close out round one action. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed round one because round two is coming up next, and I hope you stay with us because there's a lot more great things to come. We'll be right back with Thursday Night Thunder after the break. Back here on Thursday Night Thunder with round two action, Son of a Digger will take on Bigfoot, followed by El Toro Loco taking on the Liquidator Machine. As we get set for round two to kick off, here is Son of a Digger out of Poplar Branch, North Carolina. They had that hard rollover last week. The crew guys thrashed and got him back here for week two of the August season. But over in the far lane out of Pacific, Missouri is four-time Thunder Champion Mitch Brown and Bigfoot. Both trucks staged at the line. Who's moving on to semifinal action as we go green down the straight stretch now? Bigfoot got him off the line. Son of a Digger coming back. Both trucks out of shape. What a wild ride by both trucks. These drivers were letting it all hang out here in round two action. Bigfoot does pick up the win as we go down to an MTA replay. You see Son of a Digger had the lead until they get to no man's land. Bigfoot put down that big Ford horsepower. Son of a Digger way out of shape, and then in the far lane, Bigfoot's out of shape. But he gets it back together and moves on. Up next in round two action, Matthew Riley returning in the Crazy Bull El Toro Loco. And he is set to take on James Valancourt in the Liquidator Machine out of the K&J Racing Camp. They're currently building a brand new UFO machine, as well as some other projects they got going on. We're going to show you a little bit later on. Nonetheless, El Toro Loco and Liquidator stage now as we go green. El Toro jumps him off the line. Liquidator trying to play catch up through no man's land, and James Valancourt and Liquidator will take the win over the Crazy Bull El Toro Loco. Liquidator moves on. And next up here in round two action, we've got Justin Lamb returning out of the Maximum Motorsports race team in the Dragon Ice Machine. But over in the far lane out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, Aaron Church returns in the Gravedigger. And Gravedigger looked bad fast in round number 1, but he's got to knock off Dragon Ice here in round 2. Stage now as we go green. Down the straight stretch, Dragon pulling a lead on him. Gravedigger trying to play catch up, and he does! Aaron Church and the Gravedigger pick up the win over the Dragon Ice machine. Gravedigger's moving on to semis. And up next here in round 2 action, Matt Cheever returns and Gravedigger the legend, but he's got a tough task at hand because Richard Nelson II knocked off the current checker flag holder in Saigon Shaker in round 1 action. He's representing the Diggers Diecast race team in Megalodon. Both trucks staged at the line. Who's going to semifinals as we go green down the straight stretch? Legend pulling a lead on him up and over the cars. And Legend gets way out of shape, and it's all Richard Nelson II in the Diggers Diecast Megalodon. He picks up the win over Gravedigger the Legend, and now we get set to kick off the semifinal action. Up first, Bigfoot will take on Liquidator, and that's going to be followed by Gravedigger taking on the Megalodon machine. Up first in semifinals, out of Pacific, Missouri, is 4-time Thunder Champion Mitch Brown returning in Bigfoot. But over in the far lane, Redemption Champion, Full Throttle Champion, as well as a 3-time Thursday Night Thunder Champion, James Valancourt out of K&J Racing and Liquidator. Two Fords going to battle it out in semifinal action. There's the green light now down the straight stretch. They're even through no man's land, and Bigfoot takes the win over the Liquidator machine. He is going to find himself in the finals here on Thunder. And up next here in semifinal matchups, Richard Nelson II has been on a rail here tonight in that Diggers Diecast Megalodon machine. But over in the far lane, Aaron Church returning in the Gravedigger. He has been running bad fast in that 1950 Chevy panel wagon. Who's going to meet Bigfoot in the finals here on Thunder? Both trucks staged at the line as we go green. Down the straight stretch, Gravedigger got him off the line. Megalodon coming back, and Megalodon takes the win over the Gravedigger. He's going to find himself in the finals, taking on that big bad Ford and Bigfoot. And ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the finals here tonight on Thunder, we're going to take you down to the pits of the Barefoot Dodge team. Earlier tonight, Lee Bailey launched it over no man's land, gets crossed up, rocks up, and rolls over in such a violent crash, giving Dragon Ice the win nonetheless. But we're going down to the pits. The Barefoot Dodge team, they are thrashing hard. They're working on the top of the roll cage, making sure it is A-OK. The MTA officials will clear it before he returns to action. And now we're taking you down to the MTA garage of the K&J Racing team as you see some brand new trucks from them. The Black Widow machine set to make a debut, as well as the Beast. And you see some other projects going on in the background there. But the K&J Racing team hoping to debut some new iron here soon on Thursday Night Thunder. And now it's what we all come to see. It's final time here on Thunder. Bigfoot out of Pacific, Missouri, Mitch Brown, 4-time Thunder Champion returning in that big bad blue oval. But over in the near lane, out of the Diggers Diecast race team, he has been upsetting trucks all night. That's Richard Nelson II in the Megalodon machine. Both trucks staged at the line now. Who claims tonight's victory on Thunder? Ladies and gentlemen, Bigfoot, Megalodon. It's showtime down the straight stretch. Bigfoot pulling a lead on him, and he never gave Megalodon a chance. Mitch Brown and Bigfoot claiming victory here tonight over the Diggers Diecast Megalodon machine. Going now to an MTA replay. You see Bigfoot drills him off the line. Megalodon trying to play catch up, but Bigfoot planting that big 640 Ford horsepower, and Bigfoot takes the win here tonight on Thursday Night Thunder over the Megalodon machine. And ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to say congratulations to Mitch Brown and Team Bigfoot on being 5-time Thursday Night Thunder champions. And he has definitely brought that team back around. Team Bigfoot on top yet again. And now as we take a look at the overall points coming out of Week 2, Donkey Kong, Grinder, Black Stallion, and Prowler holding the gate closed with just 10 points. And then over at the top half of the bracket, we have a 3-way tie for the lead. Saigon Shaker, Bigfoot, and Megalodon holding the top of the bracket down with 25 points. And ladies and gentlemen, the action continues next week for the Battle of Point Supremacy. We hope you enjoyed tonight's Thursday Night Thunder episode. Be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road. See you next week.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the light